Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush Exotic Drinks. Dr. Cush here. We are doing what we call in the industry a deep dive tonight. We're going to be doing a little deep dive. We're going to be talking about fat washing, mostly so that we can prepare. There we go. Mostly so we can prepare for a cocktail that we are making at San Diego Tiki Oasis. If you are not already planning on heading to San Diego Tiki Oasis, you should. You should do your very best. It's in August, very close, so maybe it's too late for you, but tell your friends, tell your San Diego friends. Everybody's got a friend in San Diego, usually named like Chad or Kyle, you know, one of those names. Anyway, I'm making a cocktail there, and I promised them that I would make this cocktail. Never made it before, so we are going to see if we can get our proportions right. So that's what we're doing. We will be deep diving here in a minute, but let me first of all say hello to the people. First of all, I want to say to Opie the dog, who I missed his first two messages. I saw them on YouTube, but you can get a chance to. Don't worry about it. We don't need to get into the details of why this thing doesn't work. It just didn't work this time. Opie the dog is able to drink with us tonight, so we are going to be also making the second drink that I'll be making at San Diego Tiki Oasis in case we run out of time or have too much time. I think we'll have too much time. So Opie, glad you'll be drinking with us. Now, suddenly I'm seeing all of these little things that say that Opie the dog is the #1 viewer. What does that mean? Here's Amy Beer, the #2 viewer. Hello, Amy Beer. And Bon Bon, winner of the 2025 Cush Exotic Derby, is the #3 viewer. Now, I don't think you guys can see that. Maybe you can. I don't know what those things are. What does that even mean? Oh, well, now Tiki Tom is the #3 viewer. I don't get it. I don't understand what those things mean. Ignore them. That is not an official Cush. We have not okayed that. That is not from us. I think you guys are all the #1 viewer, and everybody else is the #2 viewer. Here is Scotty the Boy in the house, ready to go. Shawnee Pandabaker, good. Oh, dang. Good evening to you whenever you're watching this. Good evening to you whenever you're watching this, Shawnee P. Glad to have you here or have you there. Whenever you're here, it's always a good time. I'm not receiving enough. Oh, geez. Does it seem like it's a little choppy? We might be a little choppy tonight. Moose is here. Paul Bellamaro. Wow, fat washing. Wow. Oh, dang, I don't have my thing up. Just trust me, it says wow. Wow. Howdy to you as well, Dougie G in the place to be. Oh, gosh. Captain Jack and Coke is with Tiki Court. And K-Dog. Tiki and K-Dog are currently at Con Tiki with family. I'm doing dog sitting. Oh, I see. I guess does K-Dog show up? I'm not positive I know exactly what K-Dog is. Lulu and I are checking in from the top of the Palm Springs Tramway. Love that place. You've never been? A lot of fun. Fun thing to do in Palm Springs. Not a lot to do in Palm Springs. I don't want to, crap on a whole town, but not a lot to do. But the tramway is fun. You get up to the top. It's much, much colder. That's the whole thing. Jack and Coke, #9. What does that mean? Oh, #2 in the standings. Oh my gosh. The faster you rise. Oh, the more you post, the faster you rise. I see what's going on. So if you post fast, if you're saying a lot, I guess you get, YouTube says that is important. So, all right, well, to me, that's not important. It's important that you guys are here. I don't have any prizes to give the #1 subscriber or the #1 commenter, but I do like that there's a small competition going on. I think that there are, Dougie G, there are 3 tiki bars in Palm Springs. Yes, there are 3 tiki bars. That and the tram and golf. Golf's pretty good. Oh, K-Dog, that's right. K-Dog's my father-in-law. I remember K-Dog, of course. K-Dog. What's up, K-Dog? Okay, we're going to do a deep dive. What does that mean? What does a deep dive mean? Well, let me show you what it means. First of all, we're going to go here. Because we're doing a deep dive. Oh, dang. I thought that was just a 1-button thing. I guess it's a 2-button thing. Give me a second. We got to do the deep dive. I got a whole thing coming for you. Okay, we're going to do a deep dive. So now we are going to head into our deep dive. Oh, dang. It's going to get smoother as I learn how it works. Okay. Welcome to the USS Dr. Cush. We are currently in my submarine. We've turned the bar into a submarine, and we are deep diving into exactly how fat washing works. Okay, you have to tell me if the beeping gets annoying. Oh, there's water sounds. And then there's this. Okay, so we are deep diving right now. I want to get you guys into the idea of fat washing. Fat washing is something that you see on a lot of very high-end, yes, we've been busy. This was my producer Jen's idea, and then I sat and came up with a soundscape today so that we could have a deep dive. Okay, fat washing is something that you see on an awful lot of menus. You will see this is a fat washed so-and-so with so-and-so and so-and-so. And it immediately seems like that is something that we are unable to handle. Well, that is not true. Fat washing is incredibly easy. It is a huge game changer. The way that things like bitters are a big game changer. Finding flavor pairings, like finding out that pineapple and coffee go so well together. Finding out that jinipi and tequila seem to go together. It opens up a whole possibility. The problem with fat washing is most bartenders are millennials. We are millennials, or oftentimes older than millennials. We're not seeing a lot of the young kids going into bartending, which it does make me somewhat of a fossil at this point. But millennials were obsessed with this substance called bacon for a while. Put bacon on everything, we would say. Bacon is the only food we can eat. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Well, a guy named Don Lee. Oh, what did I do with the book? I'm literally just carrying the book around with me. Don Lee from a place called PDT. PDT stands for Please Don't Tell. It is a pretty famous bar out in New York, Lower East Side, a great little bar. It's inside of another restaurant called Cref Dogs. In order to get into the PDT, you have to go into Cref Dogs, and then from Cref Dogs, you have to get on a little phone, call the phone number. The phone number, the thing will open up, the phone booth will open up, and you're into PDT. Well, he decided that he was going to make a cocktail called the Benson Old Fashioned. So what did he do? He took used bacon fat. He cooked up a bunch of bacon, took all that fat, strained it through so he just had the fat, not the particles and whatnot. He threw it into some whiskey and he fat washed it. Basically, all that is that's an infusion. And then you put it into the freezer and you let that. Okay, the sound effects is a bit distracting. All right, well, you guys tell me if the sound effects gets too distracting. Yes, we are in the submarine tonight, currently, Bonbon. If the sound effects get too distracting, Paul was never a big fan of the sound effects to begin with, so I'm going to wait till somebody else also says it. No offense, Paul, but you have not liked the sound effect board since the very beginning, and I have to judge one against the other. Anyway, so he put that that fat in there, and then he put that into the freezer, and he was able to freeze all of the. Agree, Paul. Switching to no beeping, but still bubbles. Okay, well, there we go. All right, now we just have this. I'm still gonna play with that. Okay. Anyway, where did he get this idea? Just out of it, Don Lee was just like, hey, I gotta figure out exactly what I'm doing with my life. I have all this extra bacon fat. Might as well just throw it into some whiskey. No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's what happened. Instead, he went to old books. And I guess I got to keep looping it. Oh, dang. I wish there was a loop on there. I'm sure there is. I'll figure it out. Instead, he went to old books. And in these old books, he found about ancient perfumers. People that were taking perfume, throwing it with things like ambergris, which is just whale vomit, with whale fat, with all kinds of different whale stuff, just any part of the whale they could shove into a bottle, they would do that. Whales are mostly just big fat cows, big fat sea cows. That's all they are. I love them, but let's be honest. And they were able to hold on, all the fat was able to hold on to the lipids inside of a liquid. Now, this is what's interesting about alcohol. If you do this with water, you're going to have a very difficult time. Water does not have a positive and negative side to it, but alcohol does. So water is able to grab onto to water-based situations, water-based flavors. The alcohol is able to grab onto water-based, which is why we are still able to infuse alcohol, but we are also able to fat infuse alcohol. So when you have finished with your fat washing, whenever you're done with your fat washing project, and you're like, oh gosh, this tastes so like smooth. Is it because they took out everything with the lipids? No, in fact, there are small bits of fat that have now been attached to the molecules on the alcohol. So now you have sort of a fat infused alcohol. We say fat washing because we are pulling a lot of the major fats out of it. I don't know where the term fat washing comes from, but what we're really doing is we're fat infusing. Now, on the back of all of these fats that you're able to put into this, you can put in other fun flavors. What the hell is this? It's the weirdest comment. You're able to put all kinds of other flavors. So today, I figured a kind of a fun new ingredient. I got my ear to the ground on new fun things that people are doing. I was just visiting my stepsister, and she made these cookies. And she said, I made miso chocolate chip cookies. What? What even is a miso? What's this? It is a, I think it's a, she says white miso. I think it is a fermented bean curd, I think is what miso is. Anyway, big, rich flavors. So, butter and miso seem to be a combination that people seem to like. All right, well, why don't we then try and infuse on the back of the butter that we're gonna put in here? Why don't we try and also get some miso, which seems, in my opinion, to be kind of a fun little tiki ingredient. I don't know. We're going to try it out. Without having any clue whether or not I could do this, having not looked on any book or any online article, I told the people at San Diego Tiki Oasis, I'm going to make you a fat-washed miso, brown butter and miso, fat-washed Jamaican rum cocktail. We're gonna hand it out to everybody, which means, and this is gonna be a lot of fun for me, for a lot of Tiki Oasis, I'm gonna be hanging out with the Punch Bunch and talking to them and making my drinks with them. This right here, butter. Oh, dang, do we need to lift this up? I guess maybe we need to lift this up for this show. Let's see if we can win an award on this show. Loop this one second. I think I can loop it right here. Loop. There, now it should loop. Okay. All right, so this right here, this is butter. We're gonna be putting in 8 tablespoons of butter. Now, what do we know about tablespoons? I will tell you exactly what we know about tablespoons. Most spoons that you find in your kitchen are not actually tablespoons. They don't actually mix that way. So don't just go grab a regular tablespoon. Find a measured amount. If you are like me and don't deal in tablespoons, I don't care for tablespoons. Tablespoons never did anything for me. I didn't do anything for them. They didn't do anything for me. We're just going to leave each other alone, me and tablespoons. We're going to walk our separate ways. Ships in the night, we're going to go through. I, however, deal deeply in ounces. How many ounces is a tablespoon? I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. It's half an ounce. Half an ounce, Bon Bon has more facts about it. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So if you only have teaspoons, do it like this. If you don't have teaspoons, tablespoons, but you do have a jigger, you can go ahead and jigger out. We're gonna be putting in 4 ounces of some butter. Now, currently, I guess I gotta turn this on. Oh, dang, is this not gonna work? One second, let's just flip to this one. I really hope this one works because we're going to really need... Is the deep dive over? Oh, should I turn the deep dive over? Okay. I guess we don't need to have the deep dive going on for the whole time. I guess Jen is also annoyed with my stuff. Okay, we'll go back to regular bar. I guess we can turn this off. Give me a second. Oh, turn it back on. Okay. Deep dive's over. We've done it. We're out of the deep dive. Okay, so what we are... Oh, dang, why is this not going to work today? Oh, I really needed this to work today, and if it's not going to work, we're going to be in some trouble. Give me half a second just to see if I can't figure that out, guys. One momentito. That is why it is a live show. We do live show stuff here. Hold on. Oh, it's not even plugged in. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. How fun is it when I leave a screen? Got to be a ton of fun for everybody. Everybody's got to like that. Come on. GoPro webcam. Turn on. Should I entertain everyone in the meantime? Yeah, Kyle, tell a joke or something if you got time. 2 oranges walking to a tiki bar, he says. Oh no, we're not gonna have the overhead cam. You guys are really gonna want to see that. Darn it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to figure this out. All right. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to describe it to you. So basically, what we're doing is we are browning butter. How does one brown butter? It's mostly just heat, guys. Don't worry too much about it. It is just heating up the entire thing. I cannot believe I don't have this on this episode. Shoot. Okay, we're browning butter. All we're doing is turning up the heat on the butter. Lord, could have killed me. Turn it down a little bit. We are just going to brown this butter until we get... It would have been really fun to see that pop right in my face with the overhead cam. We don't have it. We're going to go ahead and brown this butter until we start to smell things like nuts, until we start to smell things like sort of the milk. Where does one acquire Motu gin? That's a good question. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. This is sort of yellowy butter at the time of recording, but we are going to try and make this into a more browny butter. The normal butter, let me tell you what the normal butter tastes like. It tastes like butter. It tastes just like butter. But if you are able to heat it up to get just a bit of browning in it, then you will get a lot more flavor from it. As the UF Mark, our resident gator, says, popcorn. Now, I don't know if he's popcorning because I was gone, but I'm going to take this as a brown butter is what popcorn tastes like. That is even more true. You never notice how butter from the movie theater always tastes so much better than the butter you put on at home? It's because they are browning that stuff first. So we're just going to give this a nice big old stir. We don't want... I'm going to give it a stir with this hand while I try and fix the GoPro with this hand. Can I just like, okay, what if I go to run as administrator? Oh, yes, I will give you permission to do whatever you want. Little GoPro. Huh. GoPro just not going to work today. Okay, we're starting to smell some of that good browning. It's still pretty yellow. I'm never going to forgive you, GoPro. The one day I needed you. The one day I really needed you. The one day you're just taking a break. Won't even open up that GoPro. I wonder if it's there's a thing on here where it says it's shut down or something. Maybe that's the case. Close everything. Oh, yes! No, do not report. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're getting some bubbles. Oh, watch. Ah, hey, guys. What's up, everybody? Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks here. We just did a whole deep dive. This is what we're looking for. Okay. So we're just going to heat this up to the point that it is not burning. We don't want this burned. The burned butter is different than brown butter. We just want it to take on some of the brownness to it. You can do this with just regular old melty butter, but I think that for rum, and especially for miso, we really want this butter to be a little brown. So let's go in here again. Maybe we can get it. Oh yeah, what a shot that is. Give me all the, oh, that's not a great shot. I'm gonna go down here. Give me all the good awards. Just gonna give this a little go. Keep stirring until we have got all of that butter going. I was a little nervous before this show because I was positive I didn't have enough information to tell you, even with the deep dive, even with all this. But now that I see that we're 22 minutes in, I think we're way behind on the show. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I got this on pretty low heat. I don't want it to explode anymore. That was terrifying. And I just want to get it until the butter is really releasing a lot of big flavors. We want all those big aromas, all those big flavors coming through. But what we don't want is burned bits. So the moment you see burned bits, take it right off the heat. That is too long. There we go. Here. Just watching butter burn. Kind of a weird show. I'm gonna put, you know what I'm gonna do? Well, since there's a little downtime, I'm gonna go into here, and this is under music. I'm gonna loop it. How do I loop it? Is there a loop button? Should be a loop button. Maybe properties? Oh, loop. Okay, we're gonna loop this. We're gonna put Keith's music under here. Bon Bon, the great chef. Once the water is gone, it shouldn't pop anymore. Yeah, I think the water was what scared me pretty badly. Okay, we're starting to see sort of the fats discombobulate themselves, really get them away from all the other stuff. The curds and the whey are sort of separating. We're almost there. All I'm going for, I really want this to smell the right way, because that way I know it'll taste the right way. Let's get it in here, see what we're talking about. Kind of tough with the bubbles on top, but you can see all these little curdies in there. Those are fine. We're going to get them out of the way anyway. Have it on the lowest heat possible, just to try and burn this. What? Phone smacked against my face for the second time now. I gotta call it. I guess see you next week. See you on Non-Touchable. Don't do that anymore. There we go. Excellent. Tell me what you guys think about having the music underneath. I kind of like it. Bring this up a little bit more. Yeah, all right. We're a little underbrowned. I can deal with that. Turn it up just a touch more as we brown this. Because we are also then going to take some of our miso and put it in here. Now, if you've never had miso, just know that you probably don't order the most expensive thing at most seafood restaurants. For some reason, the moment they put miso onto a fish, that becomes the most expensive thing. A lot of miso sea bass, a lot of miso shark, a lot of miso basically just gold. A solid butter stirring music. There we go. Keep going, no rushing. All right, well, thank you, Bon Bon. We're just gonna keep this, if Bon Bon says so, we're gonna keep this going for just a touch more. I just want it to be a little browny, because I want this to be right for Tiki Oasis. So let's go. Oh, there's the bubbles again. If If you've ever wondered what a cooking show would look like if they actually cooked in front of you. Oh, I like this. All right, give this a big old stir. All right, I'm happy with that browning. Not the browniest, but brown enough. We're gonna take a little bit of miso. How much miso? That depends on how much you like miso. Miso can be very expensive, or you can go over to Trader Joe's and get the white miso paste for almost nothing. I mean, they almost just gave it to us for free. We're gonna pour just a little bit of miso in here. How much? Maybe like 2 or 3 glops. Maybe 4 glops. It's got, you're cooking the milk solids. That's exactly what we're doing. Cooking the milk solids. Miso gives what a lot of, chefs, a lot of, foodies, a lot of those annoying foodies, what they would call an umami flavor. It's not exactly salty. It's not exactly sweet. It's just got a lot of character to it. Miso almost exactly, if I am doing this right, if I have learned anything, miso is almost exactly that umami flavor. So anytime you see somebody dealing with umami, they're most likely dealing with something like a miso, something like a fermented bean paste. Oh my God, that smells so good. And then we will, I guess we'll just keep this. Oh, there we go. Keep that right there. You see all the books on the bar. Oh, now we got some browning. That's what we're looking for. Nice brownie butter. Stirring constantly, lots of bubbles, all that miso bubbling up. All right, we are, as we say, in a good spot. All right, turn this off. Push this to the front using my fingernails, so I don't burn myself. And there we have it. We have miso browned butter. All right, we have our fat. It's in liquid. Please pour me out a little liquor hiccup burp, says One Pitch Black over on Instagram. I will. One liquor coming to One Pitch Black. On its way, buddy. You let me know, and I will serve it up. Also, if you are, if you have the hiccups, as a, not to brag, it's probably not a brag at all, not to repeat my history, as a 20-year bartender, I have cured hiccups for at least 18 of those years. The first 2 years, I didn't know what to do. The 2 years in, I learned exactly how to cure hiccups, and I'll tell you how to do it. It's tough, but you got to do it. You got to find a friend. That's the hardest part about this whole thing. If you're doing it by yourself, you're gonna have a hard time. You got to get your friend to plug your ears. Then, listen to this. Take at least 16 ounces of water. How many cups is that? 2. How many tablespoons is that? 32 tablespoons. Just did that math real quick. See that? Like a steel trap, my mind is. And you got to chug the whole thing. The pressure from not being, because you breathe a little bit through your ears. It's all connected. The ENT, there's an ear, nose, throat doctor. It's all those ways that air gets into your brain. If you block your ears, and then you plug your nose, and then you chug a whole thing of water, your diaphragm freaks out, has no idea what to do. It's like, I gotta be, the pressure is insane. It's like we're doing a deep dive in a whale's belly. The pressure goes insane. The diaphragm does like a little jump, and it jumps back on with your lungs. All hiccups are is when your diaphragm isn't connected with your lungs. That's it. Okay, oh, we got some nice browning. All right, let's get our can here. This right here. Oh, now we gotta fix this. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. This right here is just a mason jar. You can fat wash in anything that you want to, any container you want to. The problem with it is getting the liquid and the fat back out of the bottle. This fat, once we refreeze it, we can use it again. We can use it again. It's not gonna have as much big flavor, but you can use it again to re-fat wash the stuff that you have there already. So a bigger, wider mouth is always gonna make us happier. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this miso brown butter into our little jar. Look at all that browning, baby. Oh, what a day we're having. Got a little bit of burnt bits in there. The burnt bits don't scare me. I don't mind a little burnt bit. Now that used to be just regular old, clarified old, normal old butter. We're gonna take a look at how much we have, because there's a pretty serious golden ratio for what we want our fat washing to be. A normal fat wash should be 4 parts liquor to 1 part fat. Now, that's a golden ratio. That's about what you want to not overwhelm the liquor, but also to be able to get those the fat particles to attach on to the other bit. Fat wash hint. Good one, Dr. Cush. Yes, bigger mouths. Yes, bigger. Yes, that is what we call a. That's the alarm for tips and tricks. Tips and tricks. A fat mouth jar is a great way to do it. There's another great way to do it, which costs a little bit more money. But they make these bottles now that they unscrew on the bottom. That's another great way to do fat washing because you can get the fat out from the bottom or from the fat out from the top. However, if you can get a bigger bottle, but that still is using a wide mouth jar, and that's what we want. Okay, let's take a look how much we got. Oh, exactly 4 ounces. We have exactly 4 ounces. That's the little 4-ounce mark. Ooh, that's hot. 4 ounces right here is our line, which means that we're gonna be putting in how many? 16 ounces of rum. Do I have it? I do. Bootopia mentions that fat floats. That is correct, Bootopia. Fat does float, especially when it is frozen. When all of those particles have come together, then it all floats to the top. So, another fun tips and tricks. Fun tips and tricks. If you store your jar upside down, oh, Bon just said it. You can put your jar upside down in the freezer, and then the fat will float to the bottom, and then all of the good stuff will be on top. You can absolutely put your thing in the freezer upside down. Another way to do it, though, is you're going to be double straining this thing anyway. So if you have a wide mouth jar, before you pour it, stab it. Just take a big old spoon and stab it right there. Let's get our 16 ounces of rum into here. So there's 2. This could take a while. 4. 6. 8. We're halfway through. Let's bring in halfway through Cam. Oh, this one. This one. Halfway through Cam. Why is it all of a sudden seem like it's so far away? What are we at? This is 10. 10. 12. 14. 16. And a little to grow on. There we go. Moose asks, hi Dr. Cush, is it healthier with fat wash? Healthy is a tough proposition. I don't know if it's necessarily healthier, but it shouldn't be less healthy. It shouldn't be any less healthy. Obviously, if you drink this whole thing right now, you're gonna find yourself in a real weird place. Your tummy is gonna be full with just butter and rum. And you know, 16 ounces of rum is an awful lot of rum to be drinking in one sitting. Anyway, But there we go. Okay, now, couple fun things you can do with this right now. Just right now, in order to get all those flavors in there. The best thing you can do is get a magnetic stir. Now, where's my magnetic stir? It's broken. I don't have my magnetic stir. So we're gonna have to order a new magnetic stir. But the more, did you just turn off again? What just beeped? Yeah, it did. Boy, you are having a real tough time today, huh, little guy? Well, we're done with the overhead shots anyway. A magnetic stir. The more surface area all these fats can touch, the more they're able to insert themselves into the molecules of the alcohol. So if you ever seen a magnetic stir? It has like a little pill about this big on the bottom, and then you put it on a thing and it just spins and it creates constant motion. And that motion will constantly keep the fats touching. That's a great way to do it. Another really fun thing to do is to put this into a sous vide. Which is just a warm water bath created by this like wand situation. It keeps it at exactly the right temperature. Put it on a low sous vide temperature because the heat is also going to open up all the lipids to connecting to each other, and there you'll get more going. Is it the most important thing that you do that? No. It affects the flavor a little bit, but it should not be the biggest thing. Now, unfortunately, this is a live show and we are not doing a 24-hour broadcast today. So we are going to, let me just see if I can't click out of this. We're going to exit. We're going to try and enter again to GoPro land. See if we can get it going. We are, oh yeah, sorry. So the more you can do it, the more either heat or motion you can get on this thing, the more flavor you're gonna get. Is more flavor always optimal? It's not always optimal. Sometimes you put in, the problem with fat washing at the beginning was everybody on earth, all the bartenders that I knew had a fat washed bacon something, a bacon fat wash, blah, blah, blah. Bacon fat is bad. It's just bad fat. It doesn't taste good in anything. It overpowers everything. If you are going to do a fat wash with any bacon, take it from somebody that is clearly, you know, I almost look post-millennial, but I promise I'm right there on the cusp of the millennials. Somebody that loves bacon. Don't do bacon. Just do pork belly. Pork belly, way better than bacon. I know they come from the same place, but don't do cured meats when you go into here. It just takes up way too much. It takes up way too much flavor. So in that case, you really wouldn't want at all to overheat or magnetize this. You just want that bacon flavor sort of subtle all the way through it. For miso brown butter, boy oh boy, do we want all of those flavors just living deep in there. So since I don't have my magnetic stir, I don't have anything else, we're gonna let this sit out now for about 4 hours. All right, we're not gonna do the whole stream while that's going on. We're just gonna let this sit out for about 4 hours. Oh, you're broken. Let this sit out for about 4 hours, shaking it as much as we can in that time. Then, as Bon Bon suggested, we're gonna take this right to the freezer and we are going to turn it upside down and we're gonna let it freeze. In that case, all of the fats are going to act like a strainer and they're gonna start to strain out some of the color that is in that, I guess there's a strain up. It's gonna strain up. We're gonna strain out some of the color. So your liquor should change color, certainly. But because we're infusing the fats to alcohol, which has oil receptors and water receptors, we're gonna get some of that miso catching onto there, and we're gonna get some of that butter catching on there. It's gonna give us an overall very smooth, tastes thicker, like a thicker version of our rum. And then we should be done with it. So this should be done by the time we do a class on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we will make a drink with this. We will reveal all of the secrets that went into here, and we should be good. So that's where we're at right here. Kyle, if you get a second and you just happen to be walking by the bar, can you throw a towel in here? I seem to, as a 20-year bartender, seem to have spilled multiple shots that I poured into here, and That just wasn't the way to do it, I don't think. So, there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Since Opie the dog, is Opie the dog still here? I have no idea if Opie the dog's still here. But since Opie the dog is drinking with us, and since most of you will not be with us at Tiki Oasis San Diego, I figured we would make the other drink, the opening drink that we'll be doing at... Oh, thanks, buddy. Good throw. Move this where? It's hot. Oh, I guess it's not so hot anymore. Okay, we'll move this. Kyle's got opinions all of a sudden. Oof. Ooh, gosh, that is hot. All right. There we go. Okay, we're back. Oh, Opie the dog. Hello, Opie the dog. The European guy that does all the fat washing stuff, quite amazing. I think you're talking, I think I know who you're talking about, the guy with the mustache, right? They all sound the same to me. Yeah, listen, fat washing is so fun, so easy, such a cool way to infuse new flavors in your drinks to get you a flavor that nobody else will have. One of my favorite fat washing experiments I ever did. I told you guys about this before. I just pulled it off the bar a moment ago. This is fat wash. Whoa, that almost went right over. This right here is fat washed. It is a fat washed tea vodka. So iced tea and vodka, threw iced tea into the vodka, and then, oh, did this come back on? No. Threw that in here, and then I threw in some cream cheese, some pimento cheese, and some butter. And I made a drink for the US Open. The Masters. Which tastes exactly, I think, like their very famous pimento cheese sandwich mixed with an Arnold Palmer. Kind of a fun drink. Is it necessary? No. Do I drink it all the time? I think I've had this bottle for 5 years. Now, another fun thing about fat washing is it really, if you filter it out right, it shouldn't go bad. The alcohol in there should be able to keep all of that stuff in order. I don't have scientific facts on that. I don't exactly know. Most of my fat washing stuff doesn't last 5 years, but here we go. This to answer your question. Do fat wash booths keep okay room temperature? Or should you put it in the fridge? I keep all of my fat wash stuff right out. I'm sure that there are better people at this that know more about it than I do that would say definitely put in the refrigerator, but I don't, I've never put anything in the refrigerator that is fat washed. This right here, like I said, completely fat washed, completely cleared out, and it worked out just perfectly. Yes, Bonbon remembers. Tammy did like that cocktail. What's up, Loriander? Good to see you. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I had to clean out the whole bar to put up these new lights so that we could go on our deep dives. Okay. Iced tea vodka, aka the British sociopath. Yeah, actually, the reason, the way I got to that is our good friend Dave Arnold. Dave Arnold was tasked with making a perfect version of the Arnold Palmer, but with vodka in it. And he thought at first, well, let's not be idiots. Let's just make an Arnold Palmer and put vodka in it. And the problem with that is, of course, it doesn't taste good. It tastes like you put vodka into Arnold Palmer. Some people might think that's okay, but he decided that instead he would take out a lot of the tea inconsistencies by fat washing it with the vodka to sort of connect everything, because like we said, when the fat gets in there, the tea will piggyback on the fat and attach to the alcohol particles. We can already see that this is starting to congeal right up here at the top. We don't want that, especially at the beginning, so we are just going to give that a big shake. We don't want any of this to be separating until we're ready, which is why a magnetic stir would be a good way to go. Let's get into the next cocktail. Why don't we oh gosh, we are, okay. I think we're right on time. The next cocktail I wanted to make was a homemade cocktail. Just a homemade version of a cocktail, using everything that I will be teaching, or using a few things that I'll be teaching at San Diego Tiki Oasis to make this thing. We're gonna be making a corn and oil. Corn and oil. Now, corn and oil, fairly simple. If you have a lime, that's great. But I have been to the grocery store recently and have noticed that limes are still rising. I really wish that young me would have shorted the lime market at some point, because right now I would be a quadrillionaire. Limes have gone over the past 2 years, 3 years. They've gone from about 10 cents, 20 cents maybe, to about $1 a piece. That's insane. If you're buying them in bulk, that's one thing. A lot of bars can afford to buy them in bulk. So if they're gonna do fresh squeezed limes, that's great. You get those limes, you cut them before the shift, and you squeeze them right there. That's a great way to do it. The problem with it is most of us, most bartenders, most home bartenders, we can't buy anything in bulk. We're not making, I mean, we would die. We can't make that much stuff in bulk. So we're gonna be making this with some of our pseudo juice, which in my opinion is one of the best additions to my home bar that I've ever had. If you keep this in an airtight container, airtight-ish container, this thing can sit on a bar. It can sit right on your bar and not go bad. For, you know, within reason. You're gonna leave it there for 5 years, drink a drink. You have a bar, drink a drink. Put some lime in a drink somewhere. But I've let it sit on my bar for more than, Paul says that Ralph's got limes for 50 cents a piece. Which Ralph's are you going to? That's an insane price. Buy as many as you can and make pseudo juice with them. This stuff can sit right on a bar, so it doesn't really need to take up all of my refrigeration space. It is an incredible lime substitute. Tastes more like lime than actual lime juice. A beautiful addition to a home bartender's life. I believe we've made it on the show before, but trust me, we're gonna make it again here soon, because I'm gonna have to go through the process quickly at Arizona Tiki, or San Diego Tiki Oasis. Corn and oil takes ½ an ounce of some lime juice. We're gonna use our pseudo juice right here. Squeeze this in. When it comes to fat washing, the stronger the spirit, the longer it lasts. Flavor of the washing can change a bit. If you fat wash on a lower ABV, you can add some vodka to it after the washing. That's a good idea. Yeah, obviously with almost anything, more alcohol is going to be more preservative. But like, you know, like I said with my stuff, with my pimento cheese vodka, that's been there for 5 years at least. I remember I made it at the Queensberry, so it's been there for at least 5 years. Okay, finding a way to make your own spirits, something that will last for a while. You can buy syrups at the store, obviously. Those don't last very long. Even if they last you for a while, they don't last forever. So then finding a way to make a liqueur is gonna be your next thing. Liqueurs, though, will also start to go bad. If you make them low enough ABV, they will start to go bad. Loriander asks, does it taste the same after 5 years? Taste it. Smells the exact same. That's a good point. It's a little less cheesy at this point. It doesn't taste as cheesy, but certainly still has a lot of the same flavors. Probably better had I used it quicker. So let's go back to Loriander's question. Oh, Tammy still liked it a few weeks ago. Well, there we go. Is it the exact same thing? No, it's not the exact same thing. The lipids will go. So maybe keep your fat wash stuff in the refrigerator and use it somewhat quickly. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you exactly how long everything lasts. I don't know, do doctors even do that? Okay, making your own liquor. We on this show made this. This is Velvet Falernum. With the liquor, with all of the ingredients that we threw in there, there was going to be a lot of particles. This used to be a much, much darker ingredient. So we wanted to velvet it. We wanted to replicate what's going on with this guy. This is Velvet Falernum. This is also Velvet Falernum. John D. Taylor's a very famous Velvet Falernum style, and it comes out clear. And I was very curious about how they did that. And then I thought, well, how would you make something velvety? All we've done with this is we have milk washed it. So because milk and citrus do not react very well together for the most part, it makes curds. That's how you get things like cottage cheese. It's the citrus latches on to the curds part of the milk, and then it separates it into curds and whey. Oh, you're good, Lorian. don't worry about it. No need to apologize. I love a question. Love a question. What was I saying? Oh, separates into curds and whey. And so then we take out all of the stuff that could go bad in here because it attaches to the curds part, and then we are left with a wonderful velvety situation. This is our homemade Velvet Falernum, half an ounce. We have not gotten to the place in our lives where we are making homemade booze. That just isn't a thing I think I'm ready for yet. So I feel like I like being able to see. I like that my wife can see. I like that Kyle can see. One of the things that can happen in making homemade booze is, of course, you can go blind. I don't want that. So we're gonna go ahead and put in 2 full ounces of some dark rum. We're using Myers because it's cheap. Because Myers is cheap. You can buy it at Bevmo for $32. I don't even think they know what they're sitting on. $32. How is still going? Yes. How long have we gone? Oh, we're not done. We're not completely done. Yeah, watch the rest on the rerun because we do take a magical ride in a submarine that everybody found just a little annoying. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put in a bunch of ice. Boop. Give this a shake. Dang it. Oh, work. Crack that open. Get us a fun glass. Oh, or a not fun glass. Cheers, one pitch black. One pitch black is what you drink to this as well. Throw in a little bit of ice. We're gonna pour this over new ice. Right there. Pouring over new ice because I do want a layered effect on this, and the layering is gonna come from the last ingredient we're putting in here. So we're gonna throw this over brand new ice, some slush. There we go. This the UF Mark missed the deep dive. The fun thing is it's still on the internet. Haven't found a way to take these things off yet. Okay, we want to do this in a double layer. It's going to be a corn and oil. So because we shook this with the booze in here, this is the corn part. We want to throw that oil right on top. This is just some Angostura bitters. Just a little oil spill right there. And there we go. The delicious. Let's show the other side. The delicious corn and oil. Yeah, corn and oil is awesome. Oh. What does corn and oil taste like? Falernum, lime, rum, Angostura bitters. Mixed together. Doesn't taste much like corn, unfortunately. Take our little guy here, shove that in. If you want to, you can put a lime garnish on here. Turns out I don't want to, so we're not going to. This is it. Cheers. Oh, what a drink. That drink is so good. Hold on. Right, this one. That drink is so good, I think it might be fire. I think I have fire sound effects. 1 second. We're gonna get all this done one day. Not exactly the fire I wanted. Anyway, all right. That's what I got for you guys. That, of course, is the show. We are going to come back here when? Tuesday. We're back here on Tuesday to finish off the rest of our fat washed rum. We're going to make a cocktail with it to see how we did. If we didn't get it right the first time, we followed the ratio, which is 4 to 1. We're doing it with a cheaper rum right now, so when we finally get to San Diego Tiki Oasis, that we have it exactly right. So we're gonna try this one first, this rum first, and then we are going to make a cocktail with it. That's what I got. It's not good if the submarine is on fire. That's a good point. Amy, should we go back in the submarine just to end the show with? I feel like the submarine is more fun than this one. Let's just pop back into our submarine real quick. Color system blue. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to dive. Okay, we are coming up from our deep dive. We have deep dived through the entire system. We are going to come on up, but that's what we got. Thank you guys so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Remember, if you remember nothing else, remember this. The golden ratio, 4 to 1. 4 to 1. 4 parts fat, 1 part fat, 4 parts liquor. That's a good golden ratio for that. So if we're doing anything, tips and tricks. Also remember that these classes will always remain free. But if you can't help out, there's a few ways you can do it. One way, I have a Patreon. Love the Patreon. That just gives me an idea of what I can spend in booze every month. That's a really great way to do it. If you can't do it like that, and you want to help out Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks at Tiki Oasis, you can go to my Patreon, or sorry, to my Venmo or my PayPal. Anything that you guys give from now until then is going to go right into the fund to make sure that we have a good showing that we are, as a community, becoming a force at Arizona Tiki Oasis. We are still, even 5 years after starting this stupid show, we are still a very tiny show. Tiny little show, but I do think that we have the best community in an already great community, which is the Tiki community. So the reason that we go to these Tiki Oases is to show up in force and to show that we are a very fun group of people to be with, and we make the best drinks, and we are the only virtual Tiki bar that I've ever found ever that does live anything. So if you want to help out with that, PayPal and Venmo, up until San Diego Tiki Oasis, all that just goes right into the fund. I don't even touch it. I think it just goes right to the Greens or to Bon Bon or whoever's taking care of this thing, and we go from there. If you can't help out that way, the best thing you can do is tell your friends about it. Hey, you got a friend? Like, we got a new friend over on Instagram who's currently belly flopping. That's one pitch, black belly flopping. Tell your friends about it. We find more people from you guys telling people about it than we ever do on YouTube. I don't know what we did to YouTube to offend them, but they do not put us anywhere. So find us there. Tell your friends about us. We are at Dr. Cush on YouTube. We are Cush Tender just about everywhere else. And if you can't do any of that, the best thing you can do is show up. We do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays most weeks. If not, then we'll do a class Wednesday. Monday, Friday, or Sunday. I rhymed that out. We do our very best to do 3 classes a week, but we try and do them Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I appreciate you guys showing up. One more belly flop for one fish flag. Belly flop. Now he's in the water. Thank you guys for showing up. I will see you back here on Tuesday, where we will do the unveiling of what our miso brown butter rum looks like, and we will make a cocktail with it. Until then, what do we always say?
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're gonna find that Dr. Jinga Janga at some point.
Bye! 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 Are you trying to drive me crazy?
A little bit. Till next time, guys. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye!
I was not even close to being ready for that. Let's do this one more time. Here we go.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? Bye!